pray and I hope this manga gets a good adaptation from Studio Bones, because they dropped the anime trailer for it not too long ago, and it looks pretty promising. I'm not gonna lie, and that's low-key what made me peep the manga, because I've heard in the manga community people like praising the manga and stuff like that. It's very underrated and stuff like that. It's really good, really creative. The art style and everything's really fire, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll wait on it and stuff like that. But once they dropped that trailer, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of sold, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, let me check out the manga because I want to get a good idea what's it about and stuff like that. So I will be talking about Gachiakuta, I believe. I will be only talking about the manga specifically because obviously, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of my thoughts, what I think about it and stuff like that. I'm going to try to keep this video spoiler free though as much as possible, because I don't know how many people are going to click on it and I don't want to spoil it for y'all. But so I'll be just touching like the surfaces and whatnot. But yeah, definitely wanted to get my thoughts on it because it's such a dope story, aesthetic, power system. Like, there's just so much to talk about, so I'm gonna try to keep it kind of brief because I don't want to be yapping for too long, but I kind of have to since I read like all of the manga. My initial thought was only reading the first 50 chapters, then I'll kind of give an idea, but I got just so hooked onto the story I kept going, and there's not that many chapters out right now. 130 is not too bad, and I can see it going on for like another 100 chapters because I don't see it anytime soon, especially like with the world building and everything that's going on. But yeah, either way though, if you kind of want like a synopsis, like within like one sentence, how to describe this story, it's basically, in my personal opinion, another man's trash is another man's treasure. That is honestly like the best way to put it, like the theme of the story, if that makes sense. And another thing too, the MC pretty much just wants revenge, so that's another way to put it if you want. But it's really interesting, like, because I got hooked onto the first chapter. I'm not gonna lie, that first chapter to me is kind of what sold it, and then kept going on. And yeah, I was just very impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I just love it. I love revenge stories. I've always just been a sucker for revenge stories. That's why I think I love Berserk so much and stuff like that. To this day, I'm still hoping for a happy ending, but we'll see if that ever happens. But either way, like I said, I'm a sucker for revenge stories, and that first chapter for me, it just did it for me, because you're introduced to like this world, at least on the surface level, that there's the poor and the rich, and our main character Rudo is from the poor and like the slums and stuff like that, so not many people fuck with him, people pick on him and stuff like that. His thing is like going to the trash and seeing what type of objects he can take home and stuff like that, because a lot of the rich would just throw shit just to throw shit, but for him, he'll find value in them and cherish them. Maybe he can give to someone else, or he can keep it to himself, you know. That's just kind of his ordeal and stuff like that. And like I said, the reason why I say it's a revenge story is because he was framed for killing his adopted father, or you know what I'm saying, because he doesn't have parents. Well, he did have parents, but they were murderers, so they pretty much die, and his dad was thrown to the abyss. And that's also too what kind of piqued my interest more, because I'm like, the abyss. So basically the abyss is like this wasteland that people throw their garbage, criminals, dead bodies, whatever you could think, they'll just throw it, and just throw it like basically on this like side of the cliff or whatever, and it's pretty much a wasteland. And they say that nobody's ever came back, like nobody's ever came back to the surface and stuff like that. Like once you're down there, you're pretty much dead, and no one ever hears from you, because like, I mean, no one's ever come back, so like how would they know like if people are down there, or if there's like another life or not down there, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much Rudo is framed for killing his father, and he's pretty much exiled to, you know, go to the abyss and stuff like that. So but before they throw him down there, like nobody wanted to hear him out. Nobody, not even the girl that he had a crush on. She was like, damn, you're just like your parents, I thought you were different. And I'm like, damn, that for sure made him angry even more. And like, you get in this one panel in particular, that really what sold it to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you see like him crying, but at the same time yelling, and he's just a kid, so it's understandable why his emotions are like that, you know what I'm saying, because nobody wants to believe him. And like, he gets thrown down there and stuff like that, and he's falling from the sky, and this beautiful shot as well, him falling down with like clouds and everything, and there's like a specific shadow thing in the background, and keep that in mind, because that comes very important later on in the story, and that plays a big role. And to this day, I'm still having questions like, what is it? But like I said, that's kind of like the mystery I like about this manga, because there's like a lot of mysterious things. I mean, you get answers to them as the story goes on, but at the same time you get more questions popping up, so it's like, see, that's kind of what keeps it going, if that makes sense. But he pretty much, Rudo wakes up, and I don't know how he survived, because it was just so high and stuff like that, and you see this like big monster attacking him, but you find out that the monster that attacks him is made out of trash. So these monsters are like made out of trash, so now you're wondering like, damn, who, like, how does this happen? Like, why is there a monster made out of trash attacking me? And then this side character comes in, and I already know he's going to be a fan favorite, and I'm talking about Engine. People are going to love him. He's the first character that you're introduced to, and I know a lot of people are gonna like him because he's kind of like a big brother to Ruto and stuff like that. Kind of takes like that big brother role, guidance and stuff like that. He's really cool. His power, and that's one thing too I really like about this is the power system, because it's really creative and really simple. You know how some animes and stuff like that, you'll be introduced to a power system, and then it kind of gets complex for no fucking reason, and I know that can confuse some people, but at least for this series is really creative. So I can give y'all basically like a little quick rundown, I guess. So pretty much the people who can do like these powers, they're called the givers. So pretty much think of an object, right? If you really cherish an object so much, you can make that shit into a weapon. So think like, let's say you were given a mechanical pencil, right? And you cherish it so much for years, and there's like a lot of emotion and thought into it. You can make that shit into a weapon. So you can make that shit, for all I care, a gun, a mechanical fucking gun, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say a basketball, a water gun, or, you know what I'm saying? You can make all those into your weapon. And the MC with his power is pretty much he can make any object he touches into like a weapon. That's cool. Like his Jinki's just so cool because it was like with these gloves, and it's so cool. And every character cannot do what Ruto does because he's obviously the MC, but most of his characters have a special object to them, and they can make it into a weapon. So like Engine, his is an umbrella. We don't know why the umbrella is so significant for him yet, but we just know it's an umbrella, and that's his Jinky, and he can use it for offense and defense. You have another girl who her thing is scissors, so it's really cool. So like a lot of these characters have like their specific objects to them that they cherish a lot, and it's really cool. And so like I said, the power system is really well, like even for like the antagonists and stuff like that, it's so cool, bro. So how some of these antagonists look. And now one thing too that I will say, bro, is the art style. Oh my god, I love it. It's kind of like this like Y2K aesthetic in my personal opinion, but a lot like, and you like, it's just so cool. But a lot of these character designs are so fire, like the MC, like with the whole jacket and everything, like it looks so cool. Engine, Ryu, like a lot of these like female characters, and like just in general, but like a lot of the characters have like this like dope ass style to them, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. And also too, there's this cool town, like when you start to read it more and stuff like that, you get to find out like that the abyss, like at the bottom, like I was saying, like it's a wasteland, is actually cities and towns and stuff like that down there. Like there's a whole different life down there, which is pretty interesting. And like I said, even though it's a wasteland, the pollution is bad, it's gritty, like you really get to feel the vibe that down here is a whole different world than up there where Ruto came from. So now you're wondering too, like as you read it, like damn, how did this came about? Like why is there people up there but there's more people down here? Like why, you know? So you start to ask, you start wondering like, oh shit. So that's what I'm saying, like the story really gets interesting because now you're wondering about certain things and stuff like that. But either way, back to the point what I was saying, like I said, when it comes to like the art style and stuff like that, you're introduced to like this one town, and it's called like the Canvas Town, and it's so cool because like this whole town's like kind of made out of graffiti and shit like that, and like the murals and everything. Like it's so cool. Shout out to the artist who works on this. And honestly, I did not know that the author who made this manga was an assistant for Fire Force Unsoul Leader, so you can see that she has a lot of experience and stuff like that. And like I said, it's really cool how everything comes about and stuff like that. Another thing that I really like too is the characters. Like I feel like a lot of people are gonna fuck with the characters. Like I said, you're gonna fuck with Engine, the janitors and stuff like that, like Rudo's friend group and stuff like that. They're called the janitors, so they're like janitors do, they clean up trash. But I feel like you're gonna like at least one side character, but the whole group is really friendly and stuff like that. Even the antagonists are really cool, and I already know people are gonna like Jabber. Like he's just one of those people who loves fighting maniacs. Like who doesn't love a person like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just phenomenal. But I really do feel like too, also people are gonna fuck with the MC because he's not like one of those MC that comes off annoying at first and then you kind of get used to him. Like I got used to him, and I can understand why though he's the way he is, because he kind of has anger problems, but it makes sense though because he didn't really have a lot of friends growing up, you know what I'm saying? He had a father figure, but obviously they you know, the person killed his father, like whoever it was, they killed his father and stuff like that. So you know, he has a lot of resentment and stuff like that, but he's just a kid, and when he meets these people, especially Engine and stuff like that, he's really get to finding out like what it's like to have friends and people that he cares for and stuff like that. Like, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people are definitely gonna fuck with him and understand, you know, the way he is and stuff like that. And like I said, he's just a kid, but he's learning and how to, like, you know, like, you know, talk to people, learning about feelings and stuff. So people are definitely gonna fuck with them. I feel like people are gonna fuck with the antagonists as well, the story. And there's a really major plot twist too about who killed Ruro's father, and it's someone that we're close to. But yeah, other than that though, like I said, cool plot twist, cool characters, power system, art style is fire. Like, honestly, it's all I can ask for. And it's, like I said, it's very unique because it's a trash manga essentially, you know what I'm saying? Like, the environment is trashy, the pollution is trashy, the food is okay from what I saw. Like, there's some sweets and stuff like that, but like like I said, I'm hoping the anime really gets the aesthetic down, the vibe and everything. Like I said, the trailer looks promising, but we'll see, you know what I'm saying? Because first episodes are always usually good, but like I said, Studio Bones is doing it, so I have trust in Studio Bones. But hopefully they give it that Mob Psycho treatment, but we'll see when the time comes. But definitely just wanted to give my thoughts on the manga, like I said, because I just read the whole entire thing, caught up all the way up with it within like one sitting. I loved it. But yeah, just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Like I said, kind of wanted to keep this spoiler free, didn't want to spoil too much, you know what I'm saying, just in case people do click on this video. Just didn't want to completely spoil them. But yeah, if y'all have read it though, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel the same way I do and stuff like that? I know some people said for them it started kind of slow, then it picked up, but honestly for me it was kind of the opposite. I got hooked onto the first chapter, and I pretty much, you know, because I'm still curious to see like a lot of these characters, their backstories and stuff like that. But yeah, overall though, I'm definitely enjoying it. Like I said, hopefully people continue supporting and stuff like that, and you know, hopefully we get more chapters. And you know, like I said, I could see this manga going on for another couple years because I don't see it ending anytime soon. But yeah, with that being said, just my entire thoughts of the manga. But if y'all want me to cover a different manga that I haven't checked out or haven't reviewed on my channel yet, let me know. I'll always check it out and stuff like that and maybe give my thoughts on it. But yeah, if y'all did enjoy anything I had to say, show some love. Really appreciate all of the support. Help me get to 10K. So, you know what I'm saying, share this video with your friends or whatnot. Just appreciate all the support. Take care, take it easy, and yeah.